You are planning a party. The hall that you are renting charges a $90 cleanup fee. In addition to the cleanup fee, they charge $20 per guest for food and drinks. If we have $1,850 available, what is the maximum number of guests we can invite without going over our budget? Okay, this is kind of interesting to me because they did not say that they need an inequality written, which is sometimes they do. I personally, if I saw this problem, I would not use an inequality. I would just use the values that are given and then kind of use, again, maybe that takes some reading and rereading, but I could probably just deduce what the final answer is. And if that's you, that's okay. Because it did not ask specifically for the inequality. I'm going to set one up though, just in case the assignment says that you should. All right, so let's go back through this problem. You're renting the place. You're going to have some costs that go into this party. What is this place? The hall, some kind of party hall. So, yeah. So personally, I would do the same thing. I'd do $1,850 minus the $90 cleanup fee. Divide that by 20. Boom, you have the number of guests. Spoiler alert, that's 80. That's for the video. But I'm going to thank you because remembering is hard as well. So we have the cleanup fee. That's a straight charge. And then you have the price per guest. Doesn't matter if it's food and drink, okay? But then you have the total as well. That's how much we have, which will help us to know the maximum number of people or guests that we can invite to this party. So again, just starting up, just set this up. We got the cleanup fee, and then you have the charge per guest. Now again, I'm putting these out because these are my costs. And then after that, you should have, I guess, your total, or I guess how much you have. I'm just gonna put total. It sounds better than writing the word have. But if you were to add the cleanup fee and the per guest cost, you should get some kind of total. It's just this time, since it's a total, we're comparing this with maximum number of guests. So the total, I believe it's this one. We have to have some value that's less than the total number of, but we have the equal part there too, okay? All right, so let's start. We got the cleanup fee. We know that's $90. The per guest charge is $20, but that's per person. So I'm going to actually introduce a variable into this. X is the number of, I guess they said guests. Yeah, guests. So that'd be 20 times X. That would tell me the total cost for all the guests. And yeah, if we add these together, we should get something that's less than or equal to the total, which was $1,850. Now again, it's less than or equal to, because this is the maximum amount of money that we have. And you can say, well, couldn't we get more money? Yeah, sure, but we don't want to overcomplicate this. Now it's just an inequality that you can solve, but again, it's going to work the same way. Subtract the 90 first. So here we go. I'm going to zero out, drop my 20x. The subtraction principle of equality will never change the inequality. And then this should be 1760. Yeah, then we're going to divide both sides. That's by 20. Now that's a positive 20, so that's not going to flip the inequality. It'll stay the same. I now have x. That's the number of guests is less than 88. I think on the assignment, it'll just have a box that you just type in 88. That it'll say, what is the maximum number of guests? 88. But then after that, you'll see guests, and since I'm doing this by hand, I feel uncomfortable if I don't label it, so 88 guests. Now you could check, right? 88 times 20, you'd see the 1760 plus the 90, boom, you'd be back at the 1850, which is the amount of money that we had in the beginning.